An African. An African is the MVP. An African. That's right. An African. An African. An African is the MVP of the NBA. A born African. There's only been three. There's only been three born Africans who are MVPs. Do you know who they are? I bet you can guess two, but not three. Bet you can guess two, but not three. I bet you 25 push-ups right now. I'm gonna give you a chance. The easiest one, of course, is the Dream. Kareem Abdul. I said Kareem. Akeem Olajuwon. I messed up. I was trying to trick you. No, I wasn't. I just messed up. Akeem Olajuwon. Dream. Okay. Dream. Born in where? Where's Dream born? Lagos, Nigeria. Okay. All right. Our current MVP, the Cameroonian. All right. Joel Embiid. Okay. He's been long overdue for that award, and he is the current MVP. An African is the MVP. An African is the MVP. An African is the MVP. But who is the third? You might think it's the Greek freak, but he's not born in Africa. He's born in Greece. That's not him. So it's not him. The Greek freak, who is of Nigerian descent, was not a born African. He was born in Greece. So who is it? Who is number three? Do you know? Do you know? I don't think you're going to know. 25 push-ups. I should have bet you. In fact, if you can't bet it, you need to subscribe. You can't get it, don't Google it. Stop it. I see you Googling it. Don't do it. You need to subscribe to be a member. Okay? 3 months. All right? Earth membership. 3 months. 3 months right now. If you don't get it, if you don't know, I'm going to give you to the count of 10. Right? That it is so significant that in this current time, in this current age, that a black run league who has had a white MVP for the last 2 seasons, right? Jokic has been an MVP for the last 2 seasons. They gave him 2 back-to-back MVPs. But an African is the MVP. Did you get it yet? The African, who is the third of he's actually the second, but in this scenario, he's the third. Joel is the real third, but in respect to this, he was a white African. That's right. He won back-to-back MVPs. Yeah. His name is Steve Nash. That's right. Canadian citizen, African-born, Steve Nash, double MVP. Right? He's the only African to win 2 MVPs. Steve Nash is the only born African to win back-to-back MVPs in the NBA. He's the only born African to do it. Steve Nash. He's the only one to do it. All right? He's the only African not 7 feet tall. He's the only African 7 feet tall to win the MVP. He's the only African not black to win the MVP. And out of the 3 Africans that won MVP, Steve Nash won it back-to-back. No other African has done it. The oxymoronic nature of that, the irony of that situation. Okay, that's my guy though. I don't talk about Steve. He's from Toronto. He's a Toronto guy. He's not really from Toronto. He was out there in BC, but he came, hung out with us. I remember I played with him. Best point guard I ever played with, and I let him know, you're going to the league, baby. He's like, are you sure, Dale? I said, I'm sure. I'm sure. That boy put the ball in your hand, it was going in. Before you could shoot it, it was going in. He put that ball in your hand so soft, you're like, this has to go in. Whoosh. Oh, yeah, you just have to run the floor and just wait. And he wouldn't hit you hard with it like how Magic would throw it at you and almost take your head off. Steve would put it gently in your hand. You'd be like, yes. The ball would do it. The ball knew what it was doing before it touched you. Yeah, Steve was fantastic. And a great guy, too. An African. But right now, it's Joel Embiid's time. and that African is the MVP. And it's good, and it's a testament. Like again, I was saying in an earlier video that some of y'all watched, some of y'all, ooh, that was a heck of a shot. That was a heck of a shot, boy. But Jaylen Brown just hit a shot off the glass, crazy fade away. But is I was talking earlier that in a Jewish league, an African is the MVP today. Hey, that's a sign. That is a sign. In a Jewish league, the African is the MVP. Can I talk to the Jews? Can I talk to the Jewish community? It's time. It's time to sit down and let's have a discussion. Let's have a talk. Because, as I said earlier, in respect to the Palestinian situation, the Jewish community has been at the table working with us historically, and recent events have damaged that relationship. Let's sit down. We got some ideas, and I think that when we put our ideas together, we can restore the breach that has taken place. Because there came a time, boy, this year, I didn't know if I'd be wearing an NBA logo on my chest. I didn't know if I'd be watching NBA at all because y'all were acting up. And guess what? Folks are still upset. Don't get me wrong now. Folks are still upset. We're still upset about that. But they need to heal in a more comprehensive way, especially in America. And the Jewish community wants to make sure that it keeps its relationship with the Black community in America. I mean, you need to. You really need to. I mean, the amount of times that the Black community could have walked away, and if they had the courage and the direction, they could have essentially ostracized themselves from the Jewish community financially, economically. They could have. It would take a while. It would be some hurt. They might have to partner with another group at first, but they could do it. But why? If it's not broke, don't break it. And y'all almost broke it today. Y'all almost broke it. It wasn't us. It was y'all. It wasn't us. It was y'all. And I think it can be not just fixed, but like drastically improved. There needs to be a new conversation of what these two factions can bring to the table. There's so many pieces involved here. There's so many pieces involved. Okay? And I want to have that conversation. You should want to have it with me. But tonight, an African is in a Jewish league, and he's the MVP. Fantastic.